Hey, HR friends, welcome back. So we did it. We're in a new emotional set. We're in the 4-3 emotional 6.5 day sequence. We're going to talk about day one. Now, we also do a general overview. And if you want to check that general overview out, it kind of gives you the whole synopsis of this next 6.5 day sequence, as well as when the challenges are gonna be and the things that you should know about, as well as a review of how this works. All right, so day one is right here in this white rectangle. Okay. Now, when we look at day one, the first thing you can see is there's some elevation here in the first person perspective. And this is because we just changed into a new emotional set. This is actually an emotional polarity flip, and it's just a single. Okay? Now, four is the number we worry about. And you can see that on these graphs, we're not anywhere near a four in third person. First person definitely at a four, bounces up and down between it. And the combined, we're at a four, but it's not such a crazy, terrible transition here. Okay. So when we look at this week, we can see that day one here is going to be a little dicey. Now, when we change directions of the tide, because metaphorically, what we've done here is we've hit a low tide. Now the water's going to turn directions and it's going to start to pile back in. And as the tide piles in, it just takes a little time for us to get used to that exchange. And also, this polarity moment's going to be going most of this 24-hour section. So this first 24 hours might be a little difficult. It might even feel like it drains your energy, that jet lag feeling. I talk about that. Now, don't let that feeling complicate your feelings that are already trying to get you in trouble, meaning don't let your defensive design get the better of you. Now, the good news is this: the previous sequence was not super tough. And this sequence, we've got a few days here before we're going to have a little bit of challenge here at the end. Okay. So let's keep moving here. Now, these are the governing frequencies for the 4-3. And every governing frequency combination is going to be a little bit different. So there are going to be different emotional sets that are really going to test the upper quadrants of the body. There are going to be emotional sets that test the lower quadrants of the body. Now, they're always testing upper body and lower body, but the amount of testing, there's a big difference there. So in day one, we can see at a level four, which is a considerable test load for left upper. We're under a four for right upper. We're right at that four for left lower. And the right lower kind of kicks up in the second half. And you can see in that second 12 hours, we get up between the four and the six range. So this just gives you an idea of where the quadrants of your body are going to be tested if you're out of balance. So as long as you're in balance with these frequencies, meaning you get along with all your teammates and meaning you're balancing your routine in a way that's going to have all future teammates or all future families have a better experience, you don't have to worry. If you're not getting along with certain relationships throughout our interconnected communities, and if you're not balancing to make sure that future communities are going to have fair and balanced existence, then the more out of balance you are, the more you're going to feel that in the quadrants of your body. That's just how that works. All right, so let's get down here now and look at the zoomed in. So this is all about the alignments. That's why we're doing this zoomed in here. Now, the alignments are really going to get after the lower extremity here. So the blue alignments, that has to do when two frequencies in the same quadrant come together and they create a powerful moment where they're testing a specific aspect of relationship. So if you're out of balance with these blue ones, it means you're out of balance with how you're getting along with teammates. If you're out of balance with the purple ones, that means you're out of balance with your routines. So the first one we're going to talk about is this guy right here, this ME. It's an hour and a half long. This is going to test the lower quadrants of the body. So this has to do with the younger teammates on the team, not whether they're young, old, male, or female. You need to be able to communicate, cooperate, alleviate stress, and talk about and strategize how you're going to work together to do objective to leave this place better for future families. As long as you're doing that, don't worry, you're not going to have any problems. If you're not doing that, you're going to experience accelerated damage to the lower extremities during this hour and a half. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is this ME up here, this hour and a half blue one right here. This is going to do the same thing. This is going to be testing lower quadrants of the body. This one specifically left lower quadrants. Same thing. Got to get along with those younger teammates. If you're unbalanced in relationship, if you're not coordinating with them, then the more you're not doing that, the more you're going to have damage down here. It's just how that works. All right. So the next one we're going to talk about is this 6-hour alignment here, this MP. That's the longest one of the day. This is also going to be testing lower quadrants of the body. So again, got to get along with those younger members of the team. You see how these cyclical tests just keep coming back and again and again. Now, these are the most powerful ones of the day. Don't forget, we're constantly being tested on how we're doing in relationships and routines. It's important all the time. These are just the easy times to show you because this is when you're going to hurt and you're going to say, why is my back tightening up? Why is my knee sore and I can't bend it? That's going to happen during these alignments. Last one, the purple one. We've left it till the end. All right. So 3.25 hours, this is going to test routines at the smaller side. So individual family routines. This is going to affect the right lower quadrant if your routine is unbalanced. And for it to be balanced, it has to help everyone equally. It can't help you or your family more than it helps every other individual and all the other families we share this existence with. The more balanced it is, the more benefit your body will have. The more unbalanced it is, you know what happens. All right. So these are the graphs that show where the strongest frequencies are going to be sitting during this next 24-hour period of time. And you can see it's mostly balanced here. It's a little bit heavier on the left. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the left, which means we have 4 on the right. Now, if you happen to have upper right quadrant pain for during this 24-hour period and for the entire period, you can be certain that it's third person or routines that are causing that. Same thing over here. If you get left lower quadrant pain, well, we know it's not your routines that are causing that pain, at least in this 24-hour section, which you're really having problems with those younger teammates. Now, you can see there are areas where there are overlap in the red and in the green quadrants of the body here. So if there's overlap, what you do is you just pay attention to what you feel. When you feel it, you document it, you use our software. It'll tell you exactly what you need to focus on in order to get better as fast as possible. All right, let's end this thing out. So what we've got here is the rest of the electromagnetics for 2024. We don't want you to have any mystery. We want you to have this information well in advance so you can know when your body's going to be agitating. And as long as you cannot be agitated, stay cooperative, work out your stress, what you have is a huge advantage. And the more people we get doing this and the bigger the areas we get doing this, the bigger the advantage we have for all of us. That's what we're trying to do here at Health Reconnected. Look forward to showing you how to get this done. See you in the next 24 hours.